trying to get
You
at.
don't love yourself enough. Let me tell you something. Chicks be, listen, you don't love yourself when you move like that. You don't, it's no, yeah, I'm free. You don't love yourself. I'm not going to be outside, my dick swinging and all. I'm not doing that. You ain't going to treat me. And it's not, let me tell you something. It's not what they call you. It's what you answer to. Right? It's not what they call you. It's what you answer to. But why you in an environment that you called all types of shit other than what the fuck you are?
Because to pay the bills.
Man, oh man, oh man, we got another reaction for you today, man. And this comes from the Lingerie Talk podcast, man. Smart guy comes on this podcast and he schools women about certain things that they don't want to be schooled about, but they have to learn. Make sure that like button, make sure the subscribe button, and hit that bell for all notifications. Without further ado, let's get to the video.
About in the beginning.
Yeah, go ahead.
You know, you were saying like you are what you attract, this, that. I completely agree with you up to an extent.
Yeah.
There's a lot of times, right? Because me, I am very secure in who I am and what I attract to my life. I believe in that. I believe that whatever it is that you put in your mind, you're going to call it and you're going to attract it to your life. 100%.
Right.
100%. I worked a lot on my healing journey. I worked a lot on myself. I want to say like in the past 4 years, I learned a lot about who I am, and I'm very secure in who I am today. You know, my last relationship taught me a lot about myself that I didn't even know, because he was like very smart. He put me onto game too. Like he, like me, I love a person that could stimulate my mind. Please let me know my value. How can I learn this from my guy so I could take it up into my next relationship and be like, okay, I don't want to deal with you because you know you're not valuing me as a woman. So there's times, right, that especially us, like, you know, we like work. Most of us, we work nightlife, you know what I mean? So it's like you come around a lot of like bozos, like around a lot of guys that could think that they could run game on you, right? But not everybody has the intelligence that you have for them to think the way that you do.
But look what you're saying, right?
But see, this is the thing, though. A lot of times, men who ran this game on women, they run it on multiple women, so it's like they know how to run game. And then women think that they know how dudes run the game, but if a man has been running game on multiple women, he knows how to change and finesse it. The sad part is women don't get that. A man who knows how to run game is going to run game. The only way he won't run game is that if a woman knows that he's running game and she stops it at the break. But let's continue.
Right? Look what you're saying. You going to hell talking about you got an AC. You can't go to hell with a truck full of ACs talking about, hey, we're going to give out ACs. You work in nightlife. So at the end of the day, listen, let me tell you something. This is what people don't understand about universal law. When you dress, you know the spirits and demons that you enticing when you dress a certain way. See, that's why God, we talk about scripture, we talk about the Bible, the Quran, whatever the fuck you want to talk about. They talk about a woman dressing a certain way because how you dress gives off an energy. So how you dress creates an energy. How you dress attracts a certain person. You see? And how you think dictates how you dress. You heard? So if I'm comfortable with my ass being looked at, right? That's an action that has a reaction. If I'm comfortable, and they're nice, little milk bags and shit, but I'm comfortable with my titties might probably pop out, right?
Damn, Jill, don't hide it now.
Right? But what I'm saying is it's the energy. You can't. There's no wrong way to do right, and there's no right way to do wrong. So your approach, your choice of occupation says a lot about your mind.
I understand what you're saying 100%.
And see, this is the thing women need to also understand. What he's saying is 1000% correct. If you out there dressing like a hoochie mama and get mad that you are attracting certain type of men, it's about what you wearing. You know what I'm saying? If you are a more conservative dresser like that, and you're not going to attract those type of guys that are going to treat you like garbage. But, you know what I'm saying? If you dressing like a hoochie mama, more than likely you're going to attract those type of guys that are going to treat you like crap. Now, you may attract a couple of guys that may be good, but more times out of 10, you're going to attract the men that will treat you like some shit.
Right? Yeah. But not a lot of us have the choice to be like, you know what? Let me go ahead and be an accountant today. Let me go ahead and be a Hold
Yes,
on.
you do.
Not a lot of us
Yes, you
have
do.
it. Not a lot of us
Yes,
have
you
it.
do.
Okay, let's
Yes,
say
you
to the ones that were fortunate enough to have it, and we still got to go ahead and pay our bills. And listen, I know a lot of girls that have a legit job and still work nightlife.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that does not define us as who we are. So
Those
now
are-
what I'm telling you, what I'm trying to
Yes,
tell
it
you
does.
is, okay, what I'm trying to tell you is, I'm
Yeah.
not paying attention to the guys that are going to come to
Yes,
my
it
bar and
does.
talk to me. But listen, I'm not paying attention to the guys
It's
that
not
are
about
coming
the
to my
guys
bar.
that's gonna come to your bar. It's about the energy that you put out. So when you're not in the bar, that man is gonna follow that energy. It ain't about the bar. It's sometimes it's coming from the bar.
Yeah.
You're gonna be in fucking Barnes and Nobles. You're gonna be in a fucking laundromat. You're gonna be outside, not even on work. And that type of man is gonna come to you because of what you did in the club. You see, it's energy. Karma.
Yeah, he's right. Like women don't understand. Like what happens is that energy that you have in the club doesn't matter if you're going out to certain places. You're going to attract that same energy. That same dude sees you in that club. He's not thinking about you because he's not thinking, oh, that's the Barnes and Noble girl. He's thinking you're the club girl. He's thinking you're the club girl. And then that's the problem that women don't understand. Like if he met you at a Barnes and Noble, he going to treat you like a Barnes and Noble. But if he met you in the club, he going to treat you like at the club. Even if you see him at a Barnes and Noble or see him at another location, he going to say, oh, that's a chick from the club.
Doesn't escape anybody. And when a woman, see, that's some indirect whole shit, right? Like, we live in this
Indirect what?
whole shit.
Oh shit.
So we live in this world. We live in this world.
Wow.
We live in this world. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna take it there.
Yeah, I mean, you got the right one. So what I'm saying is,
Yo.
no, I'm saying because
and Bruce together.
what I'm saying is because a lot of these dudes be. I don't know about whoever that guy, but I'm saying for myself, right? Like I really understand this shit. And a lot of people, I didn't watch no fucking YouTube video and try to copy and download somebody's style. I ain't watch no Kevin Samuel shit and study his shit. This comes from knowledge of self, who I am. I know I am a God. And I know that I pray and ask God for provision and revelations. You understand? So that's a cop out. Yo, yeah, I gotta pay bills. No, you really don't respect yourself. See? And when you unpack that shit, then you understand why the type of men is in your life. And when you stop fronting like you good, when you really not, then change is gonna happen. Now, everybody's not going to change. Every soul has the ability to change, though.
And that's the thing. You have an ability to change, but a lot of people won't change because they don't want to change because they're scared of change. Like, let's say people who want to lose weight. People, when you initially go on that weight loss journey, you're going to be scared because you don't want to put the regimen in. You don't want to work out. You don't want to eat certain foods. You got to stop eating certain foods and things like that. You're going to be scared to do that because you don't know how your body's going to react. The same way when you're dealing with these type of dudes. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to change yourself and change the way you act and the way you are around people so you can see different results.
Free will. My mother molested me. I did 10 years in prison. I came home fucked up. I used to sell crack, rob motherfuckers. I was I was different, right? But I went to jail. I had this awakening. When I got out, I said, you know what? I don't give a fuck how hard it is. I'm going with God. There's nothing God can't give you. Mm-hmm. And I have to make sure everything that I get and I want is pleasurable and pleases God. And if I do that, then I'm good in the long run. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. So that energy that you're wearing is going to stop you from having the energy you need for the man that's supposed to be in your life. Because even though you ain't entertaining them, you entertaining them because it's energy. If I don't smoke weed, right? If I come in this room and all y'all smoking weed, when I get in my car, guess who smell like weed? Me. Guess who gonna have a contact high? Me. Right? So you have to understand that. And when you start to understand that and you have the confidence, the courage to be mature and not lead with your body and not lead with your sexuality, but lead with who you are as a woman, then you're going to bring that man into your life. And only then, and it's up to you to decide, right? So
and see, that's the thing, man. And I'm going to keep it a buck, man. Women who lead with their body can't get mad when they attract a certain type of man. When you lead with your mind and lead with your heart, you'll attract the right type of men. A lot of times, this is why women post. When you post provocative pictures online, on Facebook, on Instagram, and all that, and then the men being your DMs talking about, oh, you look your ass, your nice tits and all that, and then you get upset. You can't get upset because that's the first thing he see. It's different if you posting something, you just, you know what I'm saying, you got a decent night, you got a nice dress on or whatever, and he's still saying that. That's something different. You know what I'm saying? That's being a bit of creep. But when you lead with that, you can't. The thing is, you can't expect a man to be like, oh, she's an angel when you leading with lust.
Girls who don't know how to do it, you got to pray. You got to ask God, right? That's the wisdom and balance. So what I said was, remember I said, you have to have a process of self-development. You're not wrong for what you're doing because you're unaware. There was a time when I sold crack, right? Smoked weed, was shooting people. I was a whole different kind of person, right? I didn't know. But God protects fools and babies. Now that this conversation is giving you some type of a different perspective, it's up to you to do with it what you gonna do with it. You got a podcast. I just told you God gives provision, right? So you're praying. This is a form of prayer. Y'all creating content, right? You're not fucking your. It's not energy. It's different from being here and being in the club. You know that,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you can make more money doing this than being in the club without the karma that comes from being in the fucking club.
And that's what we're trying to get
You
at.
don't love yourself enough. Let me tell you something. Chicks be, listen, you don't love yourself when you move like that. You don't, it's no, yeah, I'm free. You don't love yourself. I'm not going to be outside, my dick swinging and all. I'm not doing that. You ain't going to treat me. And it's not, let me tell you something. It's not what they call you. It's what you answer to. Right? It's not what they call you. It's what you answer to. But why you in an environment that you called all types of shit other than what the fuck you are?
Because to pay the bills.
That's the problem. See, they bring back paying the bills, yo. You can get a regular job and pay bills. You know what I'm saying? If that podcast take off and y'all do numbers, that can pay your bills. You can get brand deals to pay the bills. See, the thing is, women like that, they see the nightlife as the fast money life. It's like back in the days when dudes used to hustle, man. That was a fast life, but then that's also a fast way to jail or a fast way to the grave, though.
So you just said it's okay to sell your fucking soul.
I'm not saying it's okay to sell my soul.
Yeah.
And if
so when you think, hold on. So listen, let me tell you something. No, yes.
No.
So when you think like that, you could be in denial all the fuck you want. You're gonna play this fucking take back and you're gonna get some fucking learning. And I don't give a fuck if you like what I'm saying or you don't. Because my goal right now is to give the message, right? So if you say that and you think like that, the type of man that you attract into your life ain't shit. Because the type of a woman that attracts a man is not a good man, is not gonna have that way of thinking. Now let me give you a warning, right? Yo, my friend, yo, Gita.
My way of thinking, if you haven't even heard of my way of thinking
Nah,
yet.
you said enough. Yo, Gita.
No, I didn't.
Need a bottle of water quick.
No, I did not say enough because you don't even know. Like, my thing is, like, I do not entertain those type of guys. One thing is me
You don't
working
have a
in the
choice.
What do you mean?
Because I just
in my personal life, me dating a guy out of the club is not happening.
You don't know how energy works. You don't have
but
a choice.
I do.
You see that right there? Yeah. So let me show you real quick, right? Yeah, you be on camera. You don't cut it out. This is all vibes. I'm saying, look. So listen. So that's why I gave you the analogy. If y'all smoking, right? Mm-hmm. Whether I smoke or not, if I come into this room, I am affected by that.
Yeah.
Now listen what I'm saying. You could agree or disagree. I don't give a fuck. This is the reality of it. Mm-hmm. Instead of it being smoke, it's energy. So when you come into that room with that energy, when you leave, that energy is still on you.
You're right. He's 1000% right. See, this is the thing. Women think because like when you're in the club life and you doing this club life shit, doesn't matter if you say I don't want to date men from the club life. You still had that stench of being in the club life. It's like a woman saying, you know, I'm a stripper, but I ain't gonna date my customers. You know what I'm saying? You may not want to date your customers, but since you're a stripper, you know what I'm saying? You're in that nightlife. And men are going to treat you the way they treat women in that nightlife. Even if you're a good woman at heart, your body and your soul is drenched in that spot. And see, that's how that's what men think. Men don't think of you as a golden angel. They think of you as whatever.
And guess what? Any relationship that I've ever been in. No, let me tell you real quick. Yeah. Any relationship that I've ever been with, they have not been outside guys. None of them.
You're not understanding.
Not one of them.
You not understand what I'm saying. And
not one of them.
Your relationships ain't work.
Huh? They didn't work because.
No. See,
what?
See, like they didn't work.
Yeah, they didn't work.
So listen, right? Let me help you out. Let me get I need a cup too. I'll make this example. Yo, Gia, I need a cup, like a cup. I want to make an example for you. Make an example. What?
Yo le dije, Sion Papi.
Make an example, you know what I'm saying? Right? So, all women, right? Beautiful. You start off like this, right? That's how you start off, right? Start off, right? You start off full, right? Dress a certain type of way, do this. So, all energy depletion, right? Right? I gotta pay the bills. I gotta do this.
It's a fact. New York is very expensive right now. Let me tell you.
Check, right? So look, right? This is you now, right? Right? And then by the time
I'm all drunk up.
by the time the man that God got for you come into your life and he meets you, right? Oh my God, babe, I'm thirsty. I got a drink. Oh my God, you're the one. I love you. Keep me alive. And you go, and in your mind, you didn't realize that all that shit you was doing to pay the bills, which you could have did something different, but you chose not to because there was a deeper reason why you do that sucker shit, but you don't address it. Guess what? Your bottle is fucking empty. And now when it's time for him to fucking drink, right? Now it's time for him to fucking drink, you give him this. And he like, the fuck? And only then you realize that you didn't gave that best part of you up and you can't get it back.
Yeah. You gave it up to everybody else. You gave it up to the nightlife, gave it to the club life, gave it to the other dudes. And then when God brings a real man into your life, you don't know how to act. You know what I'm saying? You like, damn. And so I'm gonna tell you something. It happens to men and women too, because you got women out there who will get dogged by a bunch of dudes, but when a good dude come into their life, they don't know how to treat them, and vice versa. Women, you know what I'm saying, these dudes will do, you know what I'm saying, they'll go ahead and they get dogged by these women, or they get treated bad by these women, and by the time a good woman come into his life, he don't know how to act. It happens on both sides. So I'm not just saying that it happens to just women, it happens to men too, you know what I'm saying, because we give our energy to all those negative things, and then when the time the positive things comes in your life, you don't know how to act, you know how to react to it.
It's no way to replenish it. It's over. That's your punishment. So you have a choice in terms of how you make money. Money don't make you, you make money. Oh, you didn't catch that. Money don't make you, you make money. It's you, motherfucker. It ain't the money. I could go sell crack, work on Amazon, do motivational speaking. It ain't the money, it's me. Oh, so the reason why you get money that way, that's what you're not addressing. And because you get money that way, you're never gonna have a man worth having. And that's why the minute
that's the thing though, is people slave to the money
you dealt with, it didn't last. And when you really unpack that shit, I hope for one of you women watching this shit that you address that shit before it's too late, and you got the man that God got planned for you and he thirsty and you can't give him shit because you gave that shit away in the motherfucking club.
No, and I always say, what have I been saying lately? I'm like, yo, I am done. I'm so tired of working nightlife because it's literally energy draining. Like sometimes I don't even have enough for myself. Like I go home and I am so fucking exhausted.
You're so full of shit, man. I love you.
What?
Yeah, you're so full of shit. I love you.
Why? Why you say that?
Because listen,
full of shit. I want to know.
Yeah, you can enable her.
Go ahead. No. Nobody's enabling
I'm not
me.
enabling. I asked why.
You gotta listen. It's wherever you go to, that's where the club gonna go. Cause it's the mindset, right? So money don't make you, you make the money. You are who you are wherever the fuck you are. So if you're not addressing who you are and changing who the fuck you are, no matter where you go, that bitch is coming. Okay? So you have to take accountability. And what I'm saying is it's not your fault because maybe you didn't understand. You gotta go back to how you say how you say? What you say? The poquito, Mia. How you say, little girl?
When you was a little girl. Una niña.
Right?
Una niña.
Right? You got to go back to that. Because something that happened there is why you where you at right now, you think the way you think. And if you don't address that, see, people don't want to address this shit, right? So now, look, this is why I said, let me go back.
No, I just feel like, you know, at the end of the day, I've addressed all of that because I got a lot of childhood trauma.
I know you do.
So, you know, for anybody to sit here and be like, oh, you haven't addressed that, and this is why you're this is why you're that. To me, I'm not going to go ahead and sit here and take that because I have grown from whatever I've been through.
I think she's grown, but there's still room for development. A lot of times people think, oh, I've grown, I did the healing, I did all that. But if you're still in that nightlife, if you're still doing what you're doing as far as the nightlife is concerned, like she said earlier, it's draining. It's draining. Why are you doing it? Why are you doing something that is draining your soul? Sometimes you got to think to yourself, like, maybe I need to stop doing this shit. Maybe I need to, because if you go, like, say you go to counseling and doing all this stuff to get right, but you're still in the same environment that's making it wrong. It's like a drunk going to Alcoholics Anonymous, and then you go after the Alcoholics Anonymous meeting, you go get a bottle. I mean, that's how it is.
I'm not saying you didn't grow. What I'm saying is this: look, you have to look. It's the reason why I sold crack, right? Let me put it on me, right? So my mother molested me. I didn't have a father in my life, right? So I didn't know how to deal with my anger, right? I didn't know how to deal with my trauma, so it turned into anger. You see, this is why I was shooting people when I went to prison, right? And because I didn't have a man in my life, I didn't know how to be a man. You see, So I'm trying to deal with my trauma. But where is the education on dealing with the trauma coming from?
Okay, so let me.
So listen. So how am I really clinically dealing with this trauma? So we don't understand neuroscience. We don't understand psychology. We don't understand cognitive behavioral therapy, right? Like, it's real shit that you got to learn before you talk about addressing your issues, right? Mm-hmm. And I don't want to make it about you. I want to make it about people who you got to understand, right? You are who you are wherever you are. So what I would like for you to take away from this conversation is the money don't make you, you make the money.
I understand.
And when you start to analyze why you are okay with making money that way, then you will see that you're not really healed. And then when you understand that, and that's not a public conversation, right? But that's a private conversation. But I'm saying it in this way because I know somebody's going to see this, right?
Yeah.
And they got to think about it. Like, I was selling crack. You couldn't tell me nothing. But why am I selling crack? Right? I'm selling dope. I'm getting money. Mm-hmm. But why do I want to make money this way? I didn't address that, right? Mm-hmm. And then when I start to, I'm like, oh shit, I'm bugging. Now I'm doing it this way. That's when change and healing starts to happen. And we talk about.
Yeah, that's the thing though. A lot of times people don't understand when you dealing with, trauma, childhood trauma, adult trauma, you think about it, he's like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing that? And his analogy of why he's selling crack or whatever is great because he looking at it like, I can make money this way, the legal way, and I'll have a better life. And I think for the lady, she needs to first of all get away from the nightlife and just go ahead and do some healing. Do some further healing. But hey, let me know what you think about the video. It's your boy here with another one. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Also hit that bell for notifications. Until next time, folks, I'm out. Just don't sit there. Click on the next video. You won't regret it. I promise you.